She was a Polish-born physicist and chemist, and one of the most prominent scientists of her time. Together with her husband, Pierre, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1903, and she went on to win another in 1911. Marie Curie is remembered for her discovery of radium and polonium, and her huge contribution to finding cancer treatments. Born Maria Skłodowska on 7 November 1867 in Warsaw, Poland. She was the youngest of 5 children of a schoolteacher. She received a general education in her local schools and some scientific training from her father. After becoming involved in the Students' Revolutionary Organization, she found it sensible to leave Warsaw. In 1891, she went to Paris to study physics and mathematics at the University of Sorbonne, where she met Pierre Curie, a professor at the School of Physics. They were married in 1895. The new detection of radioactivity at that time inspired the Curies. They worked together investigating this radioactivity, building on the work of the German physicist Röntgen and the French physicist Henri Becquerel. In July 1898, the Curies announced the discovery of a new chemical element, polonium. At the end of the year, they announced the discovery of another, radium. The Curies, along with Becquerel, were awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1903 for their study of radiation. She succeeded as a head of the physics laboratory at the Sorbonne and gained her Doctor of Science degree in 1903. Following the tragic death of her husband Pierre Curie in 1906, she has been left alone to finish their research. Her strong-minded spirit kept her working, and she went on to succeed in the role of a chair and a professor at the Sorbonne, becoming the first woman to teach at the Sorbonne and devoting herself to continuing the work that they had begun together. Her determination and remarkable efforts led to a second Nobel Prize in 1911, this time in chemistry, for creating a means of measuring radioactivity. She was also appointed director of the Curie laboratory in the Radium Institute of the University of Paris. Throughout her life, she actively promoted the use of radium in the medical field to relieve suffering and help patients. Her research was crucial in the development of X-ray in surgery. During World War I, she helped to make ambulances with X-ray equipment that could be used to diagnose injuries near the battlefront. And she even drove to the front lines herself. The International Red Cross made her head of its radiological service, and she held training courses for medical hospitals and doctors in these new techniques. She was modest, dignified and humble, and viewed in high regard and admiration by scientists all around the world. She was a member of the Conseil de Physique Sauve, and she had been a member of the Committee of Intellectual Cooperation of the League of Nations. Her work is published in many scientific papers and journals. Despite her success, she continued to face great opposition from male scientists in France, and she never received significant financial benefits from her work. By the late 1920s, her health was beginning to deteriorate. She died on July 4, 1934, from leukemia. She passed the torch to her daughter, who became a scientist and winner of the Nobel Prize for Chemistry.